Italy is an amazing country, but it's facing some of the greatest challenges in the world right now. Financial challenges, immigration challenges, and the future of its young people. In today's World Press, we're going to look at these issues. Stay tuned. Welcome to this special edition of World Press. I'm Tony Feller, Chair of the Department of Communications at California State University, Fullerton. Our World Press correspondents have been in Italy for 1 month. They've been looking at the issues and its challenges dealing with immigration, with economy, and with its young people. Here's our first report.
In Italy, 15 to 24-year-olds make up 26% of the population. Even though they are the future of this country, many young people feel that their voices are going unheard. And making it even worse for them is Europe's troubled economy. Unemployment rates are soaring, Italy's financial system is on the brink of disaster, and the government is unstable. How do Italy's young people feel about the state of things? And how do they view their future?
Well, the economy is not very good at the moment. I believe many countries are suffering from this, and it's a big problem for all of us.
Well, right now the Italian economy is not going very well. Not only the Italian, but also Spanish, Portuguese, or Greek economies. And we hope to get out of this one in the future because right now it's affecting jobs for most of the people in the country.
Well, it affects me and everybody else around my age because for the future, for the jobs, how we're going to make our living, we don't know yet.
Meanwhile, back at home, the American economy seems to be in much better shape. The real gross domestic product has increased at an annual rate of almost 2% in the first quarter of the year.
The U.S. economy and the Italian economy are different in the ways of how they're recovering. The U.S. economy is fully recovered almost, and the Italian economy is still on the down.
I feel the U.S. economy is a little bit more stable than the Italian economy because here it's 53% unemployment, whereas in the U.S. it hovers between 9 and 10%. It's a little bit more stable.
According to BBC news outlet 2, the unemployment rate for 15 to 24-year-olds in Italy is 35%, as opposed to 16.5% in the U.S. We asked what their outlook on their future would look like.
Well, I wish I have a job in 10 years. I wish to be working, but the way the economy is, we can never know.
In 10 years, I really hope that the economy in Italy goes better so that I don't have to find a job in another country.
Young people in Italy are having even more trouble finding jobs than young Americans.
Yeah, I'm a student right now at a university here, and I'm trying to do some internships in the summer and everything so that it's easier in the future to find a job.
No, I'm currently in the university and I don't have a job.
While many young Italians feel that it will be extremely difficult to secure their future, young Americans have a much more positive outlook.
Yes, I do feel the stability of my current employer. It's a big corporate. It's a huge corporation nationwide. I don't feel it's going to go under anytime soon.
Young people in Italy and America face starkly different futures.
I think that Europe still has to grow up. I don't know what is going on, what is going on with the euro. If euro still exists, but still has to grow up. And first of all, Europe has to, let's say, reconfirm and not to deny the roots where Europe was built up.
Although Italy is beautiful and historic, its future hangs in the balance, and it remains to be seen whether this nation can offer its young people the opportunities and full lives they deserve.
Italy is becoming a nation of immigrants. Some think it's good, others think it's bad. Here's a special team report on the future of immigration in Italy and its impact.
In December 2011, 2 Africans were shot in San Lorenzo Market. The shooter, a known right-wing extremist, then turned the gun on himself, shooting himself in front of the market during a busy rush hour. The shrinking economic market causes the xenophobia of immigrants, as immigrants are flooding Florence in hopes of opportunities. Florence is known for its acceptance of legal immigrants. Of the Italian business owners interviewed, none expressed any dislike of immigrants owning businesses or getting a piece of the economic pie.
No, immigrant business owners, if they do everything legally and have their visas, sure, why not? I mean, it's a free world right now.
In a town like Florence, like many other towns, well, you say the world is becoming an international village. So you find people from different nationality. It was not like this maybe 30 or 40 years ago. But now you can see people from different countries having a business in town. In our company, we have one of our partners Japanese. So no problem about that.
Most Italian owners refer to Florence as a modern-day melting pot.
Yes, it is. I must say it is becoming more of a melting pot. There is some competition because a lot of immigrant businesses are maybe lower priced markets, you know, but the quality products, Italian quality products, have their share of the market.
No, it's okay for sure. I like open view, you know, I like the city with a lot of different place to do and place to go, and very different, not only like Tuscany typical, but for sure, yeah, the different one.
Some immigrants do not openly discuss the racism in Florence, but drop subtle hints. Most Italian business owners deny that it exists.
Well, I mean, A, I'm legally here, and B, I'm European, so there's, in one respect, being legally here, then obviously you have legal stature. If you're illegally here, then you don't really have any legal stature to actually stand on. So being here, yeah, health cover wise, social security wise, everything, yeah, I'm completely happy.
I think they're fine with this thing, but it's difficult for immigrants to stay here regular with documents. Making documents, it's a bit difficult here, and it takes a long time to be regular. But this fact, it's a little bit hidden. I mean, Italians think they make seem that like it's not like this, but it is a melting pot, like a London or something.
Florence is a very small little city, and yes, unfortunately, we have lost some of the old family shops that have been around for years and years to other immigrant businesses. But I don't think you can really blame the immigrants.
Italy, after the fall of the Roman Empire, was invaded by many people. Italy has been always a land of conquest. I always say that once was invasion of armies, and now is a Pacific invasion. Italy, geographically speaking, is exposed to all the migrations because it's a peninsula, and the immigration comes from the sea. Our feeling for the foreigners is always a feeling of hospitality. The problem is that, unfortunately, this migration has not been controlled, which means that many criminals arrive in Italy from their own countries and they commit crimes here. And this is a big problem. This can cause a kind of, I would say, hard feeling among the Italians, discrimination. And I am afraid of this.
As you can tell, Italian business owners do not openly discuss the issues of immigration problems. Even some business owners have gone as far as saying immigration situation is a good thing. Yes, the old Tuscan style is lost. However, it does bring some diversity to Italy. Maybe there is some xenophobia hidden underneath the Italian sentiments, or maybe these incidents are just isolated. Only time will tell.
Italy, like Spain, Greece, and Portugal, is undergoing severe financial problems. Here's a special team report on the economic prospects for the future of Italy's economy.
Once the center of commerce in the Roman Empire has taken a turn for the worst. In 2002, the euro was introduced as the new currency for many European countries in an attempt to strengthen the European Union and simplify commerce. In 2009, the spiraling financial crisis began due to rising government debt levels, trade imbalances, and loss of confidence in the euro. How is the failure of the euro affecting today's local Italians? Is going back to the lira the right thing to do?
Italy is Italy, Spain is Spain, France is France. Unfortunately, the history of the past influenced very much still the people today. You know, France and Germany, they still think they are the greatest countries in Europe. Maybe they are, maybe they because of the economy, but this doesn't mean that there is a kind of solidarity between us. So in other words, if we have a problem, I don't think that the other countries of Europe will help us. This is my feeling.
Everything really started between 2007 and 2008 when the whole global economy started, having problems, and then that hit the Eurozone, and that hit really hard our country. And our public debt is really high, and our unemployment rate is one of the highest in Europe. So I guess that the global economy really started this process. If we went back to the lira, I think it would be completely insane. Everything would have to change. Maybe we would even lose our passports because we are European citizens now, and that would mean, it would be very difficult to travel from a country to another country, even within Europe. I can't even think about it. It just scares me a lot.
I am very pessimistic because it seems to me that Europe was created just based on something which was money and materialism. But there is no a common feeling. There are still some countries they feel superior and different from the other countries. I still think that we have a Europe of the Mediterranean area, like Spain, Portugal, Italy, Greece, and Europe of the North area. Mentality is very much different.
We are supporting this struggle, and they are the employees of the Comune di Firenze, so they are fighting for their rights.
The future of the Italian economy hinges on its ability to adapt to a changing global market. As recent as August 2011, the European Central Bank started buying both Italian and Spanish debt. However, this strategy didn't work, leaving both economies in distress. Only time will tell if Italy will be able to recover from its current crisis.
Italian culture and Italian cuisine go hand in hand. For some, it is foreign to their taste buds, but for others, it is a healthful way of eating. Here's a team report on Italian cuisine.
Americans visiting Italy quickly noticed the difference between the way people eat here and the typical U.S. diet. This raises the question of how these different diets affect our health. And what exactly is a healthy diet?
The so-called Mediterranean diet includes little red meat or eggs and is rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, fish, and olive oil. Italy's hot and dry climate produces the crops on which make up the diet.
The Mediterranean diet is rich in monosaturated fats and, of course, red wine.
Red wine is known for its antioxidant qualities and is also known for eliminating bad toxins within the body.
We asked a few Americans what they think about this style of eating.
Well, the differences between American food and Italian food, my opinion is the quality. For one thing, when you're getting food in America, you're eating pasta that's from a can, usually, whereas if you come here, everything's freshly made, everything is just amazing. The restaurant I just ate at was just unbelievable food. You could tell that it wasn't somebody just, just heating it up in the back and then, just giving it to you. Everything was so fresh.
Italian food, everything seems to be organic and freshly prepared. I had dinner the other night with a friend from Italy who's told us that the preparation of the sauce takes longer than the cooking of the pasta. You're doing it wrong.
Differences that I have noticed between American and Italian food is probably the portion control. Even though I'm kind of a skinny dude, they just don't serve enough food for even me. And I kind of have to ask for seconds and stuff. I feel kind of fat.
A change in the American diet is certainly called for. According to the Food Research and Action Center, 2/3 of American adults are overweight. Americans rely on fast food, high-fat dairy products, high-fructose corn syrup, red meats, and heavily processed foods. The greatest success of the Mediterranean diet is that it works year after year, and it is enjoyable, versatile, and delicious.
What do I think about Italian cuisine? I think it is unbelievable. I think that if I come back to Italy, I think that's the one thing I'm going to focus on is just the eating. I mean, sure, the sightseeing is great, but I feel really satisfied after eating. So it's great. It's just so healthy, so amazing.
Eating out here, it kind of invigorates me. I have a lot of energy when I'm out here traveling, so that's a very important part to me.
An 18-year study of more than 1 million people published in the British Medical Journal found major positive effects of the Mediterranean diet. There was a decrease in cardiovascular deaths, lower incidences of Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, a decrease in cancer mortality, and the people live longer.
The health benefit, I think that it's about the food, because in Italy we eat a lot of vegetable, fruits, olive oil, and not so much fat like butter and something similar.
United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization has designated the Mediterranean diet an intangible piece of cultural heritage. In recent decades, more and more Italians are turning away from the Mediterranean diet. Today, they spend less time cooking, eat more fast food, and shop more frequently at supermarkets.
All of this has experts wondering if the Italians will eventually face the same obesity epidemic as the United States. But for now, the Mediterranean diet seems to be the healthy choice. This is Jessica Leva reporting for World Press, The Italian Experience.
As you can see from our report today, Italy, the country which once ruled the world, faces some very difficult challenges for its future. This has been a special report from World Press. I'm Tony Fellow.